I mean, the most challenging part really, I mean, when Matt asked for the role that Jamie Patrick King played, he said, somebody like Don, I need another Don Draper. Which
That's
is
hard.
It's a devastating thing to have said to you, actually. It's literally like you feel like you're gonna pass out. You're like, oh, sure, they grow those on trees, no problem.
And by the way, you have 7 or 8 days to find that.
Yeah, just get us another Don, no big deal. So, you know, he said it to us a couple times over the years, and every time we were like, oh, okay.
And you
We,
take a
we
deep
have
breath,
basically
dive in.
cast a pilot a couple of times. We just did it with McCann. I mean,
yes.
and they bring in people. I said I wanted this guy. I want the audience to think that he's the new lead of the show. And they're like, they just smile like that. I didn't know it was so devastating.
And behind it is panic.
I think French Canadian was much harder.
It was. It was.
But you also did a great job of integrating known actors into the show. I mean, we've had so many great stars like Neve Campbell and, Linda Cardellini.
A long time to get there, because for the longest time we would bring in actors who were on, they played the dad on an ABC Family show, and Matt would say, he's too famous. And we're like, only because you have children, and they happen to watch this show. And Matt was very conscious of not wanting to take the audience out of it. And I mean, I think from the pilot on, the casting was very conscious of wanting to make you feel like you were in that moment every week.
I think we were careful about that. Julia Ormond, she was perfect for the part. Super famous, but perfect. So, we were careful.
Their hands were tied. Everybody had to audition. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want people that would pull you out of the show. And those two things are already limiting. We have, a very modest budget that was extremely limiting. And then, I just wanted it to feel real all the time. And what they actually sort of did is they enlisted the help of all of these people, basically saying, like, they're not going to know it's them in a weird way. So let them, if we can make Linda Cardellini feel like she's part of that world, and she hasn't been on TV in like 4 or 5 years, it'll be a different thing. Because one of the great things I learned from casting the pilot is that not having previous associations for the actors made the audience believe that they really were those people. So, and by the way, so Pete Campbell's dad was the dad on Clarissa Explains It All to You. I was out of work during that time.
You
I
like
might have
the
seen
90s
it.
actors. You really like actors from the 90s. A
When
lot.
you were watching a lot of TV.
A lot. It's true.
And
When
so
we brought in Harry Hamlin, we're like, he's going to cast him. It's happening.
It's true.
And it worked.
She's like, what is he supposed to, I can't remember. Maybe it was when we cast Mr. Belding, Dennis Haskins. She just basically said to me, he was so by far and away the best person for this part. And he was he came in, he read, he was like perfect. And I was like, I don't know, it's Mr. Belding. I mean, what? And she goes, what, is he not supposed to ever work again? And I was, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, you're right. He nailed it. He's the guy. Let's do it. And then you get, Alexis Bledel, another person where you're like, maybe it's a chance to change this perception of this person. It'll cast against type a little bit, having her play a mom, an adult and a lunatic.